So you guys are in Melbourne at the moment?
So we are Melbourne-based. We are a six-piece, and we live in the northern suburbs. And we came from South America like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yep.
yes, I have some questions
So
about Argentina. Yes. Excellent.
yeah,
Excellent. So how long have you been working on Heart's Enduring Lingering Loss?
about
Um,
2 years.
yeah, I think we released our first album in 20 mid 2023, and after that, we work on a single that same year that we released a year after. So let's say since mid 2024, yeah, like a year for a year.
Yeah.
A year, yeah. We've been working on this for a year now. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think were the biggest challenges in its creation?
I think that we went through well, the very first album was mainly me writing music and Delphi writing the lyrics, and we working together because we did that during pandemic. So we were basically a two P. I mean, we were the band, but actually the people who did most of it were just me and Delphi. And then I actually went to the studio and almost recorded everything, almost every instrument, and Delphi record all the vocals and stuff. So these of course we I mean after we released that album we changed a couple of members, there was a couple of movement there, and because of that we kind of like started playing the songs of that album, but we were shaping the sound as we went
Hmm.
on tour. We played a lot of gigs. So I think like that sound evolution, just capturing that, trying to capture that in this new album, because I knew that the guys were gonna record, with their own settings and their own performances and stuff. I
Mm.
think like working as a six piece, of course, is completely different to just to work the two of us, and you make decisions very easily. You know what you want, and we also knew what we wanted on this sound wise. But I think like the most challenging part was to not compromise what we thought the sound aesthetic were.
Mhm.
Just because we were adding new members, with their own different sounds. But I think that turned out really, really well. I mean,
Yeah. I think it
thankfully
was
we're really
it
aligned.
was a big change in the dynamics of how we like comparing it with our first album. It was a really big change. We had like a few more musicians recording, and our sound also like kind of it's really good because we had a very clear idea of what we wanted sonically, but and also like the addition of new members like made the sound evolve in a huge way, but it was thankfully really, really in line with what we also wanted. So it just started being a really, really cool stage for us. But yeah, getting everyone to the studio and to record and working on all the arrangements and everything with four, basically four more musicians, because in the previous album we had other people record some instruments, but like Mario said, most of the recording was him.
Mm.
So yeah, that was one. That was
So,
definitely a challenge.
uh,
Yeah, so that time and with the times, everybody's schedule and everything is a different dynamic. But besides that, I think it went really, really smoothly. Yes.
Yeah.
so what can you tell me about Argentina and what inspired you to move to Australia?
Well, I'm Argentinian, and I always lived there until I moved here. And Mario was living in Argentina for about what,
10
10
years.
years? Mario's originally from Venezuela. Um, we met there. We were both playing in the punk and rock scene in Buenos Aires. We were both very active in the scene there, and honestly, the talent is huge. It's a very inspiring place. Where also, it is known that South America has a lot of economic and social crisis going on, which also, creates a lot of art from it. So it's a really rich place, artistically speaking. And we were both usually working on or collaborating with multiple projects all the time. But at the same time, the economy makes it really hard to have a viable project and not, lose money and have to go through an incredible amount of red tape to do anything, starting from playing a gig. So we also started getting, just a bit, maybe just a bit stale, in our progress. And we had done it already for so long in the same place that we thought it would just be amazing to try and take everything that we had learned to a market where there are more opportunities and like a different background altogether to work with. And it was definitely a really a decision we're very happy about. It was a bit like chance because we met and I was already planning to come to Australia, and then we decided to, okay, let's go, but let's make music. And then we had a band together over there for a while, and we worked nicely together. So it was a little bit of decisions made and a little bit of luck and chance that brought us to here.
Is there a goth scene in Argentina? You there, Matt?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There's a huge one. I think Latin America overall, like punk and yeah, there's a huge scene like rock punk. Like all these countercultural movements. Like if you say like, because as Delphi said, like when you have all these social struggles, you have a lot of um artistic responses. So when it comes to punk and all these rebel things, classic rebel things, that if you would say there's a really strong definitely movement. So goth is one of them,
And
as you can say,
emo. Yeah, mostly like we moved around in the punk scene, but it was just, we were all just like here, all mixed together in the same safe places, right?
Yeah. And as Delphi mentioned, I think like one of the things that we really appreciate when we came here is also the fact that we were adventuring ourselves as well. So, even though you're bringing your background and everything, you're also you're also learning new things when you come to a new place. So you have a very distinctive sound here in Melbourne, right? So I think that addition is also really cool. That's why probably we have this mixture of stuff, like we're bringing our past stuff and learning the new stuff, and I think that's very interesting. So yeah, there's a big scene there.
In the press release and press materials, they spoke about how much influence that the 90s goth and alternative culture had on the album. I wonder, what were some things from that time period that you remember fondly that were quite influential?
Things that inspires us the most. And I brought a lot of it back because right around the time when we were writing this album, we both visited South America for the first time since we had been here. So it made us reconnect a little bit with just the passion and the grit of, artists and young people, and how, they're having a really hectic and difficult time socially, economically. Like things have not improved since we left. And on the contrary, they're a bit worse. So it was just, I was very inspired by like going to a couple music festivals there and everything, just to see
The new thing.
the new stuff, new music,
Amazing.
coming up, a whole new scene of like very young, kind of like post-punky style and gothy style that were coming up, and they were very young, and it was just like such a great energy. I don't know, I just felt very inspired about how the creation always continues and even becomes like stronger with the like the harder the times get. And seeing that they were very young as well, that was like super inspiring to see.